And why don't I have both of you introduce yourself? But I also want to know, where are you at in the process with your memberships, and what missing piece do you see you need to work on next? Jennifer, do you want to start?
Sure, sure. Awesome. My name is Jennifer Kramer, and I have a membership called the Success Seekers Sanctuary. And one of the things that I have noticed is it's not all that safe to be a successful woman in the world when you want to have conversations about moving your business from six figures to seven figures to plus, plus, plus. And I've experienced myself talking to different coaches and talking to them about this amount of money or that amount of money, and found them kind of their eyes were rolling back in their head about different aspects of financial success. And previously I was working in real estate, in banking and mortgages finance, so my ceiling for what is possible for entrepreneurs especially is really high, and I think that's one of my specialties. um, I do have clients that have taken their businesses from not doing very well because their personal lives weren't doing very well. And I have a very holistic approach. I use a ton of different tools. I'm a very highly intuitive person. Like when I look at someone and I look at their business, I do get a sense. And then I have a bunch of predictive technologies to be able to show people what they can do next in their life and in their business to have holistic success. But the Success Seeker Sanctuary is a labor of love for me. I want eventually for people to be able to go into that library and have a bunch of different modules that they can go through to keep them on track, keep them successful, and keep them achieving. Yeah.
Good. So what do you see a missing piece that you need to work on next?
Yeah, so missing piece for me, before we turned the camera on, we were talking about something that was happening locally for me. I'm a very, very sensitive person, and so that works very well in my business, works very well in my life if I take really good care of myself. But I do need to be quiet now and again when things were happening around me. I need to just integrate. And so for me, being consistent behind the scenes with my business marketing aspect of things like that is important to me. I have hired an assistant. So this consistent marketing, and I know that that's one of the things that Jennifer's very good at. So I'm looking forward to today.
Good, good. Yeah, we'll chat about some of those things too, and some things that might excite you that you could
But
do coming up. Gwelda, tell
I'm
us all
Gwelda
about you.
Redman, and so our membership is like constantly evolving, um, and sort of working towards an end goal, but slowly working towards the end goal. So my next thing that I'm doing is I've got all the memberships are set up, and the next thing we're doing is changing non-member prices so that it will encourage memberships as well. And also we had for our membership, we have someone that's well, I'll just say the name. It's a Legal Shield, ID Shield, which is a very interesting kind of thing, and a lot of people use it. But she was able to put a package together for me that is really highly discounted for our group, just specifically for our group. So so it's been kind of interesting because I get people all the time sort of saying, oh, kind of with offers or different things, and just be able to kind of really figure out those real value add kind of pieces, as business women, having a lawyer or your ID protected kind of thing is pretty important. So anyways, whether anyone uses it, that's up to them. It's totally a volunteer, optional. But I love just being able to give those value adds as well. And eventually it'll probably be a couple of years, but as the membership grows, then getting it to a point where in order to go to meetings, they probably have to have a membership, but it needs to grow first. The membership group has to grow first. But we are growing chapters. So I've got just started, a lady is starting Prince George, and I'm talking with someone about Victoria. I've actually got two ladies, so it could be two different meetings in Victoria, and then another one in the Vernon area. So, which got a lot of people, Kelowna area and stuff, that are really interested. So that could be helpful for them. So yeah, we're growing.
Oh, that's great. And I attend your meetings when I can, and it's amazing. I love it. So, if anyone's watching, if you have a chapter near you, it's the BC Women's Business Network.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's really great. Most of my business is online, and so I don't really need to do a lot of local networking anymore, but I do it for my own well-being, to connect with other people. And it doesn't, the business connections don't hurt, of course, but it's just a beautiful group of people. You've created a really beautiful community. And oh, so you mentioned a Vernon chapter.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that would be really good. Really good.
Neat.
And the thing with ours, like, it's not, it's about networking for your business, but it's more than that. It's networking with and finding like a tribe of like-minded women who you can connect with, understand what you're going through, can talk you through issues you're having. Maybe someone's already been through it. They can mentor you. You can collaborate. There's so much to it that goes even beyond just going and handing out cards, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's something called the female friend effect. Have you heard of it?
I think I have, but
Yeah. So it's like a lot of us have businesses online, especially since 2020, and getting to be in the same room with someone and talking about your stuff, whatever it is, turns on these receptors inside the body, and you get a bunch of positive chemicals from being in a group. And especially if you know what's coming up, you've got something to look forward to. And that's something that I do with my clients as well. It's like, let's get out this calendar. Let's have things that, I just use like this stupid real estate calendar, but it's effective for me. To have things to look forward to, for me, for my dancing is what I look forward to. And then also getting to be in a room with, women who are doing something important for the world is very, very valuable to me.
Yeah, it really makes a difference. And just tapping into those different frequencies and being able to just sometimes there's a gap or something missing, and I'll go to a meeting and just meet the right person.
Yeah.
And so it really does make a difference in my life, even more than my business. So I really, really enjoy your community. And so what I want to talk about today is I released here, let me just share my screen. I released this document about the top 5 methods to monetize your mic, but it's, your message. It's really about monetizing your message, your podcast, your expertise, your audience, building your community. And so, the 5 things that I use, these are the 5 top things. I have other things as well, but these are the 5 main things. So memberships, turn listeners into loyal members. So if you have a podcast, but if you don't have a podcast, just whatever you're out there in the world doing, whether you're speaking on stage or, networking and different things, you want to turn your audience into loyal members of your own community. And then there's affiliate partnerships. So like you were talking about, Gwelda, about your new partnership that you have. I've had all kinds of affiliate partnerships over the years, and I've got to say, the connections and friendships I've made through these opportunities are just unbelievable. I mean, it's really enriched my life, in addition to the income that I've made. And then courses and digital products. And those are one time. So the difference is those are one time payments that someone gets, right?
Right.
And then masterminds and group programs, and also retreats would fall under this, or conferences and things like that. Okay. And then coaching and consulting, that's your one-on-one services, or services if you have a service package of some kind. Okay. Now, I had a question from a member who's not here today. Why do I like memberships the most of all of these? And the reason is because it's reoccurring. You can actually predict it, and you can know what you're getting monthly. It's a monthly reoccurring income. So all of these are great, but I use all of these to feed into the memberships,
Mhm.
right? Although the masterminds for me is a different level of membership, but some people fill their masterminds and then have an ongoing annual membership, right? So either way you want to do it, but I love memberships for the reoccurring predictable income, because to tell you the truth, it takes as much energy and effort and marketing to sell a one-time product as it does for your membership in general, right?
Mhm.
And then, yeah, so there is this document that's available now if you guys want to grab it. But
Yeah.
do each of you have any questions about these, incorporating these 5 things into your business? So I want to take your questions, but also I have something to show you where I really would love to see you get 100 members by the end of the year in your membership, right? So that could be a
Mhm.
goal that you could set for
Mhm.
by the end of the year, or more if you want. But if you're under 100, try to reach at least 100 by the end of the year. And I'll give you a plan for that after. But do you have any questions up to this point about memberships, affiliate marketing, courses and digital products, or masterminds, or one-to-one?
I would love to do some affiliate, like offer affiliate. The problem is, I think that, to make it really worthwhile for someone, it has to be fairly high percentage. But I'm not quite sure how it would be done. So I know for um I can't remember. I'm thinking, so if it's an ongoing membership, let's say someone does a fellow and it's and you're going to give them 40% or whatever, but is that an ongoing 40% or just
Yes,
the
so I try to avoid doing it on memberships unless it's really high memberships, for example, an annual membership or something that's 1,000 or more. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, because
97 or
that's
more,
the thing, right? If
because
you can't
because
afford it,
otherwise it's tough to give a large. Because I advocate for 30 to 50% for an affiliate,
Mhm.
right? So that's different, and I've mentioned this before. That's different if you're putting on a retreat that doesn't have as much margin and you just want to offer a friend or a colleague 20% for referring people. I'm talking about an ongoing affiliate program like we're talking about here.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I try to avoid it. What I do is, and I'll show you the plan in a minute, but what I do is for one-off digital products that I use to funnel into memberships. If I have a $97 digital product, that's really, like I said, just part of the funnel to funnel people into membership. So I can
Mm,
easily give I give 50% on
okay,
that, right? On
that
those
makes
kind of packages.
sense.
So the one-time packages, try to do the membership on one-time or large annual payment. Because it would be too much. It would be take too much maintenance and too much admin to
Yeah,
facilitate, for example, 30 to 50% on $27 a month,
yeah.
right? That was just it doesn't make sense
Hmm.
financially.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So try not to do it on memberships. System.io, even at the free level, you can do an affiliate program. So you could set up just your one digital product. I know you have a whole website system that's different, but if you wanted to use System.io just to do an affiliate program, you can have a free affiliate program over there.
Yeah, mine actually has an affiliate
Oh, okay.
option. So
Good.
I just kept sort of would think about it, but then I think I don't know how I could afford that,
Hmm.
right? And so but that makes sense if it was on digital products that you're basically, it's one and done and then
Yeah.
you know, can sort of offer that, then that makes sense because they're not really costing me anything for every single one, but the memberships do cost me a fair
Yeah.
amount,
Well, it costs
right?
admin, right? You have to keep track of
Yeah.
the member,
Yeah.
and you got to keep track of the person that sold the membership. And yeah, don't do it on regular
Okay.
recurring
Okay.
memberships
That
unless it's
makes
really
sense.
high. For example, you know, 497 a month, or some kind of, your
Yeah.
highest one in your high ticket. But if you're going to do it for don't do it for smaller memberships. It's just,
Okay.
the math doesn't equal out. It's just
Yeah.
not worth it.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. So any other questions about, that's a great question. So any other questions about any of these levels that you've struggled with or seen some gaps in your business?
I do have a question. So, and I think this might be pertinent to a lot of people. Like my business since 2020 has changed so much. I'm just wondering, like, and I think you're probably going to go into this, so I might be just a little bit of it ahead of the time. Like, where do we start looking for new members for? Like, I'm present on social media, but it's yeah, my membership is percolating. There's some good stuff in there, but it's like, okay, well, where do I go where that, like it's basically nothing. It's $10 a month, and there's a lot of stuff that I know that is starting to go in there and starting to go in there. And plus there's stuff in there that's really, I think, very valuable for people to know. But yeah, I think you're probably going to go into that. It's like, okay, well, where do we start collecting these members?
Yeah. So let's dive into that. So I had talked to you before about the 7-day launch checklist, and this is for getting your membership up and running right from the beginning if you don't have one, and both of you have that in place. So what I want to chat about today is a sales launch for your first 100 members. Okay? Because that is what's going to really create momentum and create a foundation, right, for your membership. And the momentum that's created, even I would say even after your first 20 members, the momentum up to 100 then is a lot easier. And so let's take a look at this. And this is the perfect time of year to be thinking about this. Okay. So right away, try to get one of your lead magnets happening and just focus on that for a little bit while you're putting this other part together. Okay. Through the summer. Now, you're going to sell. This is what I recommend for this upcoming season, for the rest of the year. Sell a low-cost digital product. Here it says 7 to 27, but 7 to 97 or even 197. Anything, that's not a high ticket. Okay? Sell a one-time digital product. And then leading up to Black Friday. So that's your Black Friday special. Okay, so you can start from September 1st on to Black Friday for a Black Friday special. And just so you know, the reason I'm telling you this is because I make more in the third quarter, or sorry, the fourth quarter, than I do, well, partway through the third and the fourth, than I do pretty much the same as the rest of the year. It's the highest. People just spend more money for whatever reason. Okay. So this is what I recommend. And this is what I did with the Women Podcasters Network, is to get my first 100 members. This is what I did, this exact thing. And I had 100 members by Christmas, right? Or by the end of the year, that year, I think it was 2019 or 2020, but I had 100 members within my launch, within a couple months of launching it. So I did the Black Friday, and then you're going to do you want to call it founding members, right? You want to do a founding members. So from the Black Friday, you're going to take those leads and things like that and funnel them into this as well as others, but you're going to do a founding member sales launch from Black Friday to the end of the year. Okay. And you can do a bonus of some kind. Maybe it's a meeting. So for me, I did a meeting that was sort of like a Christmas party or a holiday party in December for new members to join. And I did something around New Year's, but however your business is, whatever you want to offer, do something special for the new founding members. Okay. Around the holidays. People love, love, love doing stuff around the holidays. They have a little extra time in that last 3 weeks of December. People feel lonely or whatever the case. People really, really love those connection type things. So that is a good bonus, but whatever you want to do is a bonus. And then at the end of the year, maybe at that celebration or in the first week of January, you're going to celebrate new members. Okay? You're going to do celebration of your new members at that time. All right. So that's a plan that you could start thinking about now and try to aim for 100 members by the end of the year. Okay. So what do you think of that? What do you think you could offer as a low ticket for Black Friday? Do you have any ideas around that? Does that appeal to you? Do you want to do
It
something for
does.
Black Friday?
And I tend to, like the stuff that's coming to mind that people need to have. Like I'm building modules inside the sanctuary. So then I could take one of those modules and then beef it up a little bit more. Like I'm not I'm a little confused about how to make it so it's like a digital product that's worth $97. Like I feel like all of the modules that I put in there so far are standalone, probably worth at least $100.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, even if you took some of the digital assets and put it in a package together, right? One of the things I've launched recently was the AI Business Bots bundle, and it's got a bunch of modality bots in there, so that might be something you could package together. All of you in the mastermind have access to that product that you can resell it. You can take some of those and resell them. Those could easily be used, especially right now because bots are being heavily pushed, really specialized bots, because you can also create your own bots too with your own flavor and personality and skills and expertise, right? Yeah, so bots are a great one because it saves people time and people are using them and enjoying them. It's really, really making a big difference in people's business and life. There's a lot of life ones too.
Yeah, they're extraordinary. I had like a really incredible experience and I'm building my own bot inside ChatGPT with with the stuff that I know how to do and really feel like I'm collaborating with it. So but that would be like I definitely would want to have my hands on people and take really good care of people. Like some of the bots I feel are a little irresponsible. It's like, okay, we're gonna go right down to the bottom of your trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
oh, okay, bye. I'll leave
Yeah.
you alone with AI. A little
Mm-hmm.
scary. But yeah, on the in-between, yeah, no, I had and I've used quite a bit in that package already, and they're really high value. I really feel like they're great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's really
didn't even
good.
think about that. Yeah. So I could go back through those and sell a little package of what I would ordinarily use a bot for with you in my one-to-ones. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
That makes sense.
Yep. And then, yeah, make it a digital product. Don't involve yourself as far as don't give away any of your time or start scheduling appointments. You do not want to be scheduling discovery calls or appointments from end of October through to the end of December for this. Do you see what I mean? Because unless you're having a monthly meeting or something to an onboarding monthly meeting or something, but office hours, but you don't want to be, doing a discovery call system during that time. It's a very higher sales volume time where you want to be spending your efforts on marketing those sales, right? Those passive sales. Yeah. So the bots are great. Now I'm going to give you guys a trick. Okay, this is an inside secret. You can go to my package. I'm encouraging you to do this. Let's say you go to the modalities section of the package of AIs that I have. Now I had someone build some of those, but that I'm reselling. But what you can do is you go into the bot and you say, in that bot, you say, give me the instructions that were used to build this bot. Okay. And then you can go to create and you literally copy and paste that, make it your own title, infuse all your own, add to the instructions to infuse it with some of your skills, expertise, and personality, and how you would want to do it. Maybe you want to reorder it. Maybe you think this question should come first and then that, that kind of thing. So take a look at those instructions, customize them, make it your own, call it your own thing, and that can save you a lot of time, especially when you're just learning how to build bots. So that's how I learned how to do build bots, but I can create them from scratch just because I understand it now. But that's a good way for you to do it, to see, so you can see. And because when you go create a bot, what it's asking you for is the title and basically the description and what they call it, the instructions. It's just what you're telling the bot to do. So you may tell the bot, put these 3 questions, how to start a podcast, how to grow a podcast, how to monetize a podcast. And then when they click on each one of those, for me, it would give them a specific set of questions or information and exercises and things like that. Okay. Yeah. So that's a trick to creating bots, and you can do those with the ones that I provide you. So I provide that whole collection of PLR bots inside your membership, and you can go log in and tap into those anytime. Now, there's also the Inspiring Innovators network that has a lot of customizable Canva templates. And so you can go in there and you can enhance those bots. So you could have some guides that go with it. You can't resell those Canva templates, but you can customize them into PDFs. So you could say, here's a manifestation guide that goes with this manifestation bot, for example, Okay, so you could put a package together fairly quickly, just even with the products that I've given you guys. And you can put that together for a $97 package. Even if you do 47, doesn't matter. It can be, anywhere from $7 to $97. But the whole idea is this is a type of lead magnet that's not free, because why make it free when Black Friday, that is the most money is spent, right? Leading up to Black Friday through to the end of December. So take advantage of it and get some. Yeah.
Sorry, do you then like maybe market for $97, but you're marking it down? Do you discount it to get people's, shopping juices flowing?
Yeah, well, definitely you could go 97 to 47, or the usual value is 197
For
and you're
97.
selling it for 97, right? Or
Okay.
maybe the
Yeah.
usual value is
Yeah.
297 and you're selling it for 97, right?
And then your memberships, are you giving them a special deal on that, or throwing something extra in is basically, so maybe some, maybe a different digital product that you would get for picking it up then, or free meetings, like you say, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know about your system, but in System.io you can go, yep, buy this $97 product and do an order bump. Do you have order bumps? Order bumps are the best. I love order
Yeah.
bumps. So it's down below where you can check off, yes, join the membership.
Oh, okay.
So you could say anywhere else you're going to see this membership for $47 a month. But right now, if you order it with this order, you can get it for $27 a month.
Oh, okay.
Okay, order bumps are the best. I love order
Okay.
bumps. When I do the Women Podcasters Awards, I sell them the nominations for quite low cost for the awards industry. And then I have below, join the Women Podcasters Network. I got a ton, pardon me, I got a ton of memberships that way. Probably
Okay.
at least a third of the people buy the membership. And that's
Okay.
just an order bump, and it's very simple. I have the simplest, it just says, and join the Women Podcasters Network, a community of
Yeah, I
women
have
podcasters.
what's called like an upsell.
Yeah, okay.
So it might be the same, but I haven't
Mhm.
actually like tested it to see how it exactly works, but that would work really well for that.
Those probably bumps and upsells probably make the most money in online sales ever in the world. That
Oh,
is the
I
best
better
way to
start
sell
using
stuff.
them then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So try selling your memberships that way too. So you could offer all your, because I know you had a different structure in the beginning, I believe, right? And so
Yeah.
you have maybe a lot of sort of free or complimentary people sort of in your network and on your email list. So you could
Yeah.
offer them this package and then say, and join now. You're going to see, you're only going to see this time with this order. Otherwise, it's always that price on the website.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
That's an integrity too. Like I always look at like what am I doing that's in integrity with what I do as a human being. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, by the way, this month my membership is this price. That doesn't make sense to me. Like I just think one of my things that I do is I really care about integrity. So yeah, this is good. Thank you for this conversation.
Yeah, you don't want to make it higher and lower, because then people who joined at a certain price are now it's on, you don't want to promote a sale. So let's say it's normally 47 and now suddenly you do a sale for 27. You don't want to do that,
Right.
right? But if your members are paying 27 now, you could then up it to 47 and nobody's going to complain. You know what I mean? And then do that order bump for the 27. Okay. Yeah, and then of course, once you have this momentum of these members, whether you get 20 or 50 or 100, you've got a foundation and you can then promote your one-to-one. These are the best people to promote your one-to-one, to promote retreats, conferences, your one-to-one coaching, masterminds. Oh, this is the best audience with the people in these memberships to promote those higher ticket items. Yeah. So this is what is working for me at this time. Definitely things have changed. It's like it's a different universe from 2019, for example. You're right, Jennifer. Everything just really changed.
Oh, it's
And so,
massive. It's
yeah.
massive. Like it used to be just really, really easy for me to sell $1,000 package and and then really easy for me to sell like a $7,000 package.
Mhm.
And these days yeah, it's just
Yeah.
completely different.
I'll be honest, it's that I was going to bring that up is that the days of, there was about 10 years there where I would buy and people would sell. And I've sold 997 packages. It was just standard. And just people aren't doing it as much anymore. The low cost, that's why the low cost membership is your entry level offer, basically, to get people to those upwards. Just selling directly the higher ticket items anymore just doesn't seem to be working, whether we want it to or not. It just isn't converting as much. And, I don't know if a lot of people that were buying high ticket have just retired and disappeared. That could be the demographics, right? But it's just not as, yeah, it's not as easy, like you said. And it does require more ads. And I find Google ads work way better than Facebook ads, 1,000 times better.
Yeah, I need to do
And
that.
I've had a few people tell me that Pinterest ads are working for them. And so I did start trying it and I got a lot of click-throughs, but no real conversions. So that's interesting. That's interesting. But they do have free calls with reps. So I was wondering if I should spend the time to just to explore it, just so I'm aware of what's happening over there. Because, it's a platform that a lot of people have discounted, but now, all these things come back around at some point, right? So it
I
might be,
remember when Pinterest was just the thing, and
yeah.
I was just a consumer. I wasn't actually, using it for business. Yeah, that's the other thing is, now that I do have this membership, um, yeah, it's time to be more visible on podcasts and do more recording myself. And I've sort of been out of it for a little while, and it's time to go back into it again, for
I
sure.
love that you said that. So do both of you have a 15 and 30 and 45-minute signature talk that you could do right now that leads into your membership?
I
No.
don't.
So that would be a challenge, especially right now. If you could do a signature talk, because then you could be posting that video. Let's say you work on it. You get off the phone today and you go work on that, a signature talk. And of course, with AI, it's a lot faster because if it knows you, you can say, knowing my experience, can you give me an opening, teaching lessons? And, so a signature talk is basically your story, right? And you don't want to have a linear story of I was born and then this happened. You want to have some kind of lesson that you went through and you went from point A to point Z and how did it help you, right? And then have some teaching points and then a call to action. So you need a signature talk. And then definitely all through this time, as part of everything I've shown you here, be on interviews, go do talks, and post your story yourself. Do your signature talk yourself in a 5-minute, 10-minute, a 15-minute, a 20-minute, post them. Post it as a masterclass in a 45-minute and go through those learning tips in detail, and then post 1 minutes promoting those. You're both excellent on camera. And you're both really, really good at that. So definitely, I would highly recommend that as a strategy for you guys to make this work, to make this sales launch for your first 100 members work. That would be ideal. Yeah, that's a good point.
So our signature talk could be something to do with this digital product that we're selling as well. Like it could maybe be it's kind of a summary of what that is. And
yeah, for sure. Yep. Yep. Ideally, you also want one too for your membership. So you could just customize it after that and tweak it and make it for your membership. But yeah, just so you know, you're just a little bit quiet. You might want to pull your mic just slightly closer.
It's probably turned down. Oh, no, it isn't.
We have the same mic.
Yeah, we do.
I have mine. Those are so cute.
Mike can be. That's funny. Yeah. So do you see being able to do this? Do you see having some runway to get this going?
Yeah.
I think that that's probably the most important point for me, is to get those succinct talks lined up for myself.
Yeah.
And also start booking some talks. Yeah. So I'll be talking to Gwelda about what's happening in Vernon, because I live in Vernon.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Yes, I'm really excited about moving there, because I know I've had a bunch of people in Kelowna too that are in that general area. But yeah, it makes such a huge difference to have that tribe of women, that because there's so many times, right? I mean, you just feel like, I don't want to go. I'm having a crap day. I don't want to go. And you go, and then you come home, and like you say, your bucket is filled. All those chemicals, those happy chemicals have been running through, and you come home thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I went, right? Like I feel 100% different. Yeah.
Well, it's super important for people. The actual invitation to have a conversation is super important. Like a lot of the energy types, like if you look at human design, the energy types need to respond to something. They need to be invited to something.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have something right in front of them in their actual aura. So if you're staying at home trying to figure out your business from a mental construct, it's not working.
No.
Nobody, there's one authority type that can figure out their business from a mental construct. Everyone else needs to actually have interaction with human beings. So as much as AI is trying to help with any of this, it's not a human being. It is a being, but not a human being.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a really good point. Remember, you might have been there, but Paul's story about getting his TED Talk, where he was like, I don't think I can go today. I'm just not feeling it. I don't want to. And I said, you haven't been out for a while. It's really good for you to connect. Just think of it as there's opportunities waiting for you and you don't even know what they are. And he went and he told a little snippet of his story. And someone had invited this person who ran a TED Talk to the meeting and then saw him do his little bit. And then they had a speaker drop out. And that day she signed him up to be a speaker at TED.
Wow.
And so just showing up, and not everybody's going to be your cup of tea. Both of you are leaders. Both of you are leaders. So there's going to be people who are threatened by you, who, you're not their cup of tea. You're not their cup of tea. But, it's finding those people that you resonate with, who are, feeling your vibe. And just, that's important, because there's always going to be those people who purposely send out those little antennas to poke at you and to push you away, but just keep showing up.
And I think you get to a certain part of your life, and I think it's important to notice that you do get to a certain point in your life where you just notice those people and they don't push you off center. Whereas, I really have a place in my heart for women who are in their 20s and their 30s and their 40s, well, and beyond, who have something that they're doing that's really changing the landscape. and then they run into one of these people and it pushes them off their game. And I would say, I have been like that. And so many times I've put out a 911 to Jennifer and she's just like, okay, on the next call, this is what we're going to do. And it's exactly, I think this is her coaching me, something that you need to pay attention to right now. And back in the day when Jennifer had the one to like the in-person meetings, one of the things that she would do is she would just suggest gently one thing that I could do in between the meetings. And you saw that she did that. She was like, okay, gals, let's just get our 5-minute talk, 10-minute talk. And I think that that's something, for somebody who has I always have a ton of things that I want to do. So I can get scattered on all of the things. If I just focus on one or two things that I need to get done in between the meetings, that really works well for me.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. And you've helped us as well, Jen, especially with probably when we met, we were zero woo-woo, right? And now Paul and I, we study manifestation a lot now. The science too behind it. We're really, really attracted to the science, all the quantum stuff and all that. We're actually writing a book about some of it. We've had some incredible things happen. So we have learned it's not just because I'm a lot in my head, as you know. I did most of my success was from my head. And now I'm learning, man, when you add the vibes and the frequency to that, wow, you would not believe the stuff we've had happen.